NES Happy Hour with Fitz and Master G. I'm Master G. This here is my co-host Fitz. Big yawn. Yeah, I just got up from a nap. He's a little bit restless. He was very well behaved on the last show. We'll see how he does today. This is the NES Happy Hour where we play old retro NES games for our Twitch viewers. Today's game that we'll be featuring is Days of Thunder, based on a hit Tom Cruise movie about stock car racing I think it came out in 1990. As far as games go, this one, I'll leave it up. I'll leave it up to the viewers at home to decide. But we'll suffice it to say that if we are to continue doing a game a day on the NES Happy Hour with Fitz and Master G, we would cover eventually the entire NES library from the 80s and 90s. If we do that, we are bound to cover some bad games. And this might be one of those bad games, although I will let you decide for yourself what you think of this game once we get to the segment where we play it a little bit later. It's obviously it's a movie tie-in. Obviously, the movie tie-in games sometimes don't get polished the way that they should, or they don't have a great team of developers. I'm not really sure. All of the above may be true for this game. One thing I do want to say, though, is the movie's a lot of fun. If you haven't seen this movie with Tom Cruise, it was the first time he starred alongside Nicole Kidman. He's very young. It's the quintessential 1990s Tom Cruise. I remember watching it when I was a kid. I think I might check it out to see if I'm able to get it to watch this weekend. I think I would encourage you to do the same. It's probably a lot of fun. Nicole Kidman is still very Australian in this movie. Who else? Michael Rooker's in it. You might remember him. He's a member of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Young Michael Rooker is also in it. He's kind of the nemesis. And for those of you who've never heard of Days of Thunder and don't really care to watch a NASCAR action movie from the 1990s or from 1990 itself, you should know that the plot of Talladega Nights, the Ballad of Ricky Bobby, it pretty closely follows the plot of this movie. There's a lot of similarities, believe it or not. Tom Cruise is this star racer trying to make it in NASCAR after setting his sights on the Indy 500. He has a nemesis. He's always pushing the limits. He crashes, early on or around the middle of the movie, and then when he comes back, he's gotta find his cougar, right? If you know Ricky Bobby, Talladega Nights, he's got to find his speed again and overcome that fear after he only almost kills himself pushing the limit, as fast as he can go. So the movie's a lot of fun. I would definitely encourage you to watch it. This is one of those games that gets a movie tie-in, and something was lost in the translation. I think basically they had this NASCAR game that they liked, and they just at the very last minute bought some license from Paramount so they could slap Days of Thunder on the game and just call it a Days of Thunder game, even though it actually has very, very little to do with the movie. Unfortunately, it's more or less a basic racing game, but we'll get into that as we go. I'm gonna let my co-host here, who's biting me to death, go for a minute because I think he's getting restless. He just got up from his nap, and then we'll get into the manual. All right, so yeah. One thing I do want to mention, we always make a special cocktail for each one of these episodes. So I've designed this one based on some of my favorite ingredients. I'm a big gin fan, so this is gin, bit of lemon juice, some tonic, poured into a martini glass, and then if you can get yourself some of that creme de violet, it's a delicious purple, goes with the theme of the show. So you put a little bit of that in, it sinks to the bottom. I've kind of mixed mine up. It's a delicious drink. I had some thoughts about the timing of when to work in some of the more difficult NES games to watch. I think this falls into that category, and you'll see why when we get to playing it a little bit later. But I had a thought about when they should be featured, since we are going to have to cover some duds on the show if we're going to get through the whole library. And I thought to myself, as long as we back it up with a really delicious drink, and perhaps we try to do some of the rougher games, so to speak, on Thursdays or Fridays, I should be able to get through it and entertain you while you watch this surprisingly boring game. I know I'm not doing a good job of selling it, but sometimes you just got to make fun of these games because they're a part of the NES library and history, and they really happen, and a lot of people really bought them. A lot of kids probably got this game on Christmas morning and tried to learn how to play it, tried to have fun with it. But this way, since I do have a day job and I cannot spend hours on the show drinking with you all, at least if I feature these games maybe on like a Thursday or Friday, I can have a second cocktail if I need one to remain entertaining through our Let's Play segment, which we usually spend about an hour playing these games on the show. And then, of course, after we're done, we'll have a bit of bar trivia segment where I scour the internet for interesting tidbits of trivia, and we do a little segment, a little game show for you. And that's always a lot of fun because we can talk about the game, the show, and everything in between. So that's what we're going to do today. Before we get going, I usually like to get these boxes made for my games. I get these from customgamecases.com. This one's kind of nice. At least the cover's nice. The NES box was probably nice. Kids probably thought they were getting a pretty sweet game. On the back, they actually got the rights, I guess, to quote some things from the movie, even though Tom Cruise does not technically appear in this game. Let me drive. You build me a car and I'll win Daytona next year. Think so, huh? You're raw, untested. You've never driven a stock car before in your life. You're up against the stock car greats and you just made one very big promise. Now you've got to fulfill it. Put up or shut up. Lay it on the line. Your cold trickle, for which our drink is named, the Slick Trickle. It's Tom Cruise's character in the movie. Rookie driver, and you're about to experience all the engine roaring, tire screeching stock car action of the movie Days of Thunder. Better buckle up. Whew. Man, I don't know what to say about that. When you get into this game with me today, you'll wonder what they meant when they said engine roaring, tire screeching, stock car action of the movie Days of Thunder. Because I'm going to be honest with you, the movie is filled with all of those things, and it's a lot of fun. For those of you who may have been born after the 90s, I would say the golden age of action movies was in the 90s, and this kind of sort of fits into that mold. It's just rock music and fast paced, and they try to do special effects very poorly, and it's just very I don't know, it's a very intense movie, or meant to be. But I think if you watch it nowadays, you might have a good laugh at it. It is a quintessential 90s Tom Cruise movie. So if you enjoy, some of his early work, have a look at this movie. If you watched it when you were a kid, I'm sure you'll get nostalgic for it. So yeah, that's the box. The manual, which I will put up on the screen in a second. Just give me 1 minute here. Let's pop you, get you. Right, so the Days of Thunder manual. I've said it before on this show, I'll say it again. I believe that you can judge a game by its manual, by its NES manual at least. And this one is full of text. It would take me, to present this to you, it would probably take me, I don't know, maybe an hour. There's nothing in this manual but overdone text descriptions of everything about this game. Let's just get into it. I'll show you what I mean here. So, yep, you get this warning here about not using on your front projection TV. Yep. Nintendo seal of quality, unfortunately. Insert your Days of Thunder game cartridge label side up and close the lid, so they tell you how to get your game in there. That's great. It's designed for one player only. So first thing to note is that you can only enjoy this game alone. And boy, help me if anybody's trying to play with you or trying to watch you play, man, it's a snooze fest. We'll get into the game a little bit later. If you want to get up and running really fast just to see how driving feels in Days of Thunder, just keep pressing the start button. You find yourself looking at a single car on a track. This is the qualifying run for the first race, Daytona Beach. A button accelerates, B button brakes, steer using left and right. It is NASCAR, so we are just going to be turning left a lot. Now that you've got that out of your system, start over. Okay, so that, at least they're not over promising, right? You can accelerate, you can brake. It's even worse than that, and I'll get to that in a minute. And you can turn left, so it's just like any great racing game. It's pretty straightforward here. I mean, it's not overly complicated. Now, one thing that's pretty interesting is they talk about driving strategies like pipelining and slipstreaming. I don't know how to make these work. I mean, I tested this a little bit and got behind some cars. It didn't seem like I was going any faster. But, maybe it's built into the game. I don't really know for sure. If we sense it while we're playing, I'll give them credit. Otherwise, I haven't seen any of that yet. Pit stops, though. Interesting feature of this game, probably the only interesting feature of this game, is the pit stop, where you can pull into pit road, get a tire change, a fuel change. It's probably the only action you as the player get to experience while you're playing this game. Really, if I'm being honest, it's difficult. I didn't really get it the first time, so I'm gonna stop, or I'm gonna race ahead here and get to that section of the manual so I can at least read it again with you on my screen here, and we can kind of try to figure it out together. And maybe when I play next time, I'll actually know how to very quickly change tires and fill up my fuel, because it's easy to get lulled into a state of a hypnotic state when you're playing this game, and then when it gets time to pit, there's a lot to see and do. So your car does take damage. That's an interesting thing. So I think they talk about that later, so I'll wait. Overview: let me drive, you'll build me a car, I'll win Daytona. Okay, so I just read that. That's what's on the box there. You're up against 15 other drivers in an 8-race series cup. Your arch rivals, Rowdy Burns and Russ Wheeler, smart, experienced, aggressive, extremely tough to beat. They probably are. We'll try to beat them in at least one race today. You see race results, finishing positions, points earned after the race, which you need for the championship. 7 different tracks, 2 races run at the first track, Daytona Beach. Yeah, I think that's Daytona. I think that's meant to be Daytona. Is Daytona Beach different than the Daytona we all know? I'm not sure. It's strange. Maybe they couldn't get the NASCAR buy-in for this game because I don't actually know. You have to beat time set by your sponsor in order to retain your sponsorship. Oh, they try to work in realistic sponsors in this game. Yeah. If you're sucking, your sponsors are going to call upon you to run a time trial, and you have to beat the time in order to retain your sponsorship. I'm not really certain why that matters. I'm not sure who my sponsor is, but I think I remember from the movie who the sponsor was for his car. I hope it's the same in the game. Yeah, you have to come up with the fastest pit crew under my control. Very difficult to have a fighting chance. Monitor your fuel, tires, and mechanical condition. You do have to pay attention. Every time you bump into something, you do take damage. There's a little readout that tells you how worn down your tires are and different things like that. Impossible Dream, the Series Cup. So yeah, there's your points, your positions, your points awarded for each. If you've led any lap, you get 5 additional points. I think this is all very realistic for the times. I'm sure NASCAR doesn't do it quite that way anymore, obviously, since they went to this weird playoff format. But back in the 90s, I am pretty sure that's what I remember from watching NASCAR on the weekends. Yeah, 185 points is the most you can get if you lead the most laps and get first place. So we're racing at Daytona Beach, then Atlanta, Talladega, Dover, Pocono, Michigan, Phoenix, and finally the big showdown again at Daytona Beach. The shape differs slightly on each track, so I guess you got to study the pre-race illustration. They're all pretty much ovals, I think, if I remember correctly. Uh, yeah. Results screen at the end. We'll get there. We'll get to see some results. All right. The rest of the manual gives the sequence of events in the game in just crushingly oppressive text format. Uh, how to drive, how to make pit spots, what the instruments mean, other on-screen displays, important racing tactics. You know, all of these things are great. I will say my first impression of this game was like, okay, so this is going to be complicated. I do need to know what everything means and know where it's at and understand how everything affects everything else. It's going to be like a real simulation, right? So yeah, I was interested going in. You got your fuel indicator, your speedometer, of course, your tachometer. What else we got? Yeah, so pay attention to your fuel. I mean, the speed is what it is. Tax, you know, how hard your engine's working, so you can burn your engine out. You don't want to blow an engine like he does in the movie. The tack drops dramatically during gear shifting, which you don't have to do anything for. I wasn't expecting that. I thought, this game's being advertised as quite the simulation. I probably need to understand how to shift gears and maneuver and do all of this. I'm going into, when I started this, I'm thinking I'm going into this blind. I'll take it seriously. But then, what I found out, what I missed in this text-heavy manual is that you don't have to shift gears. It's even simpler than that, actually. But you do have to keep an eye on your damage indicator. You need to know when it's time to make a pit stop. I don't know what happens if you don't. I just kept trying to make a pit stop. It's not easy to do. It's not obvious like what you need to do to make a pit stop. Yeah, if you blow your tires, I guess you just get to go to the pits automatically. Which if I can't get us in there when we need to, that's probably what's going to happen. And if you blow your engine, you're done. Don't do that. Text message window at the bottom of the screen. I didn't see any when I tested this out real quick. A accelerates, B brakes. Turn left, turn right. Select is your pause. Start does nothing. One thing that's really just fantastic. Press and hold down the A button until you reach a desired speed. Normally full speed. It is full speed. And then you don't need to press A again. So not only... and you'll see this later when we play. Not only do you not have to shift, do you not have to do any of that, but you don't even have to maintain a speed because really, you just push the A button until you get to a speed. When you let go of the A button, you just permanently maintain that speed. If I reach max speed in the first second of the game, I never need to press the A button again. I can go max speed the whole way around the track. I'll crash into some walls, so I mean, you do need a brake to get around the turns and then get back up there. But man, I thought that was weird. That like, you don't even have to really push buttons in this game. You tap B into the turn, and then you tap A to get your speed back up, and you can just have one hand on the controller turning left. I mean, really, that's what it seemed like to me. Maybe I'm underselling it. Maybe you had this game as a kid. You developed a strategy that I just don't appreciate. Man, kudos to you if you did, because I haven't been able to win a race yet. I did try to win the first race. I couldn't do it. So perhaps there is something to it. But yeah, it's surprising how little you actually have to interact with this game to play it, considering how thick this manual is. You do have to do a qualifying race. That's pretty straightforward. It's just you're the only one on the track. You do 4 laps, and then whatever your fastest lap time is, that determines where you start the race at. This is what the screen looks like before qualifying, so you can see the shape of the track. When you're ready to start, you just press A. You're good to go. So track view. So you get to, it's not quite from in the car. I think there was like a PC version of this game where you were more in the car, and that was neat. Unfortunately, they didn't make that a reality in the NES version. So you're like slightly above the car, behind it on a bank track. Tells you what lap you're on, tells you the time of the current lap, best lap time for your qualifying, and then once you complete qualifying, you get to begin the actual race, which is very similar to the qualifying race, except there are other cars on the track with you. Whew! When you're ready to start again, push A. The screen displays again, just in case you forgot that the track was an oval. It is still an oval. Yeah, that's about it. And then, then you go into the race. You start doing you do your time trials. You get into the race. Pit stops. Here we go. Pit stops absolutely critical to success. You want to make as few pit stops as possible, and when you do make them fast. Easier said than done in this game. Although if there's anything I want to try, if there's anything I'm still eager to play with this one, it is the pit stop. Because it's probably the most action you get as the game player in this game. You can change 1, 2, 3, or 4 tires. Very strange. In reality, changing 1 or 3 tires is bananas. I only took damage on the right side, so I mean, I'm assuming I don't know what you would need to change 1, 2, or 3, or 1, 3, or 4 tires, because I guess unless you're crashing into people the whole time, I don't know. I didn't find it that difficult to avoid bumping into others on the track, but maybe it gets harder. Only do what's necessary. So if you're about to run out of fuel, you get yourself into the pit. If one of your tires is about to blow, you got to get yourself into the pit. Green tires are good. Yellow is worn. Purple is greater wear. Red tire is shot. Performance adversely affected by this. If your engine needs work, the color of the engine on the diagram of your car changes. Green engine is healthy. Yellow, a few problems. Purple, definitely need a repair. Red engine is just about blown, so you've got to get yourself to the pit quick. It affects your speed, so I mean, you just can't accelerate as fast or drive as fast. The fuel tank is damaged and leaking fuel. Oh, I missed that on my first read through. I guess that can happen. Okay, so I guess there's a fuel tank indicator. I guess I kind of just thought that was my fuel level when I played before, but apparently it's not. Apparently the fuel tank itself can get damaged in this game. Yeah, okay, we'll pay attention to that. Entering the pit. Here's where it gets tricky, guys. You're racing around the track. You'll notice on the left, like on the what do they call it? Not the infield, but the little bump there that gets before you get into the infield. You'll notice it says pits, pits, pits on one part of the track, right on the left-hand shoulder. So when you're ready to go into the pit, you got to whip your car over there to the extreme left and slam on the brakes as hard as you can, because the pits, pits, pits is on your screen for about 2 seconds, maybe less than 2 seconds. So you have to remember as you're going around which side of the track it's on. And as you're coming out of that turn, you basically just slam on your brakes and get in there, because the entry will be gone. Like it'll be by you before you even see it. And you probably won't even notice it when we're playing, to be honest. I barely noticed it while I was playing. But your car zooms into the pit and zooms back out again without stopping if you miss it. If you don't steer to the left in time, you miss altogether and you're just on the track. Yeah. So you gotta, when you see pit road, you hold the B button, which is your brake. So you just hold it until you're in there. It'll kick you back out if you screw something up. And then this is what the pit screen looks like. So this is just a welcome break from this game, as you'll see when we play. Get to the pit screen, all of a sudden you have stuff you can do, stuff you can click, or buttons to push or look at, and things moving around. So it suddenly becomes interesting when you get to the pit stop section. 5 crew members, car jack on either side, fresh tires, fuel level indicator. Whew. Okay, let's see here. So you obviously want to activate the fuel guy to fill the tank up, and deactivate him by pressing the A button when the tank is full. You have a timer. It'll tell you how much position you're using while you're doing this, and a damage indicator to show, I guess, what you fixed. Activating the people, I'm not sure if there's a way to just trigger them. We'll see it if we can get into the pit. But yeah, so A triggers a selective flashing crew member into action. So I guess you gotta pick one. So I gotta be like, you do this, 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 you do this. So I think you're constantly supposed to trigger them to do their jobs, right? Depending on what you want to do. B cycles through, A triggers the one you want, and then select gets you out. So you push select when you're ready to go. I kind of didn't do this when I wanted to, but maybe we'll try today. I wonder what happens if they're not done and I push select. Is that sick? I kind of just want to see, because honestly, this is the most fun part of the game, really, this mini game within the game. You even have to move your crew members around. So, I mean, obviously that's the game here, right? You'll see that when we play. Like, maintaining your position on the track is very straightforward. It's not even that complicated. You don't have to shift. You don't barely have to accelerate or brake, because your speed, whatever speed you're at when you lift your thumb off the accelerate button, you seem to just stay there indefinitely until you bump into something or push the brakes. So the real game is the pit stop, and that is something that is difficult to do quickly. But man, if you can, I guess that's what you're supposed to do. That's the enjoyment here, is mastering this pit stop, getting 4 tires and a full tank of fuel in a short amount of time and back on the track. It's more likely today that I will, whatever position I'm in, I'll come out of the pits, in last and several laps behind until I figure out how to do this pit stop. But I'm not discouraged, because like I said, it is probably the most fun part of this game. Yeah, goodness, more text. So there's a lot you need to know here. I kind of don't want to spend all this time reading this manual. I kind of already did. It gets to wear on you, but B button until the middle tire crew member flashes. Push right to move him in to get the jack under it. Push A and push right to jack up the car. You got to do that first. Then you got to switch to the tire crew members. The topmost tire crew members, right? Then you got to move them in position. You got to push A to make them change the tire. Then you got to press B until the tire crew member in the bottom flashes, and do that again to get the rear tire, because you can only, for some reason, well, I mean, obviously there's limitations to the game, but you're only going to be able to change 1 tire at a time. It doesn't let you trigger 2 crew members on one side. So 1 tire at a time, and the jack man, and then middle crew member flashes, then you want to push A, he drops the car off the jack. And then you got to do the other side if you have to do all 4 tires. If you got to do engine repair, you also got to manage this. It's on the right side of the car. Press the B button until the engine repair, the one with the wrench in his hand. Then left on the control pad, he'll move into the front right side of the car. Press the A button to make the crew member work on the engine. When the color of the engine on the damage indicator changes green, you're good. You can call him off. You can refuel, but you have to select him and let him refuel. You can't refuel when you're up on the jack for some reason, so you got to do that first. Man, it's just a lot. It's a lot, and I'm doing these games, all of these games, virtually first time playthrough. So you are experiencing what it feels like to play this game for the first time. Let's say you remember the rental age, where you went to video game stores and rented games. This is a game you might have been like, oh, I just rented that movie with my dad, and we watched it last weekend. I want to get this game, and you'd come home and you'd sit here thinking, okay, I have to study, I have to do some homework, I have to write down notes for which crew member to do in which order, and how many times to push B and A. And I guess there's like if you study hard enough, you could like memorize the fastest time and remember it's B left, A, B left, move the B right, and like cycle through really quick. That's really what the game is going to be, is getting the pit stop done. If that's your thing, that's your thing. I appreciate the complexity of the pit stop. I think that's pretty great. I mean, I think it's a little overdone. Like, it's very difficult, but crew members, look, you even see it on the screen here. Crew members can be out of position. You get an error tone. I mean, we're not going to get, this pit stop's going to be like 4 minutes long. Let's be real here. But we're going to do it anyway. And then, maybe we'll try to get through without taking a pit stop. I don't know if we can do that. I guess if I don't run into anything, I probably could. I'm going to consult this manual when we play, but for now, press select to exit the pit when you're done, and that's that. You can side slam cars around the turns. I mean, I wouldn't recommend it. You do take damage in this game, so when you do that, you know you're in trouble. But you know you can get through the turns real fast if you bank off the other cars. Yeah, I mean slipstreaming, you know, the slingshot, whatever. I guess it's a thing. I didn't really sense it when I was playing. I mean, we will be behind other cars. It's very difficult to get a feel like you're suddenly accelerating from being dragged along in its wake because of how kind of clunky and slow the whole game is. But I guess we'll try some real techniques. And then, of course, that's the end of this manual, which is just 100% purple, dark purple text, small font, filling up every single page with like 3 pictures. And yeah, I mean, if you rented this game and you were unfortunate enough to not have a manual with it, and you know you would just go into the pit stop and you'd spend about 2 hours just playing around in there, and then you'd probably bring the game back. All right, so yeah, that's it for the manual. Let's see here what time we got on the screen. So we're going to take a short break. I really strongly encourage you, if you can, to make yourself this drink here. It is one of my favorite drinks so far that we featured on the show. I knew I was going to like it beforehand. And join us back here in about 3 minutes. We'll settle in. We'll fire up Days of Thunder. And we'll have some fun playing this movie tie-in. And imagine we're Tom Cruise racing stock cars in 1990. So yeah, have fun. We'll see you in about 3 minutes. All right, and we're back for the NES Happy Hour with Fitz and Master G. We're about to play Days of Thunder, a classic NES racing game based on a very fun Tom Cruise movie about stock car racing. It came out in 1990 and is just begging for a sequel. If they're gonna do Top Gun again, give me Days of Thunder 2. Please. How fun would that be? All right, I'm going to fire this game up. We'll get going. All right, let's see here. All original hardware, no emulation, no speed running, no professional first time playthrough, virtually. Okay, Thunder. I guess that's what that was. Days of Thunder. Oh, yes. Car number 46. Start your engines. Okay. I like this tune. Remember this tune. You're gonna be begging for this in about a minute. I'll tell you that. Press start to play. Let's do it to it. All right, we got qualifying. I'm gonna put the stream projector up so I can get a big screen feel for this awesome game. Still, the sound's good. I'm digging that. There's me going around the track for qualifying. There's, I guess that's what we're going to do. So I'm just going to hit A and we're going to get into it. Oh, I'm full speed already. Oh, there we go. Full speed? Are we full speed? Once you're up there, you don't have to push A again until you get full speed. Once you're full speed, you can just coast. Alright, did that without hitting the wall. Brake. Braked a little hard there. 27.4 seconds first lap. Let's see if we can beat that. I think we can beat it. Ooh. Got some wall on that. Oh, that was nice. Did that one right. Ah, got a little wall. All right, 26 seconds. That's pretty good. You got 4 qualifying laps to get your best time. I like that outside line. Maybe the inside line's faster. We'll see. Let's give one on the inside. Yeah. Not faster. Oh. So do you guys see when we come around here? Look for the pits on that black line on the infield there. That's where you got to pit during the race. I think it shows up in qualifying. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it only showed up in the race. Maybe that's why I was surprised and confused about how to do it. Oh, there it is. Pits, pits, pits. You got to hit it at that point. All right, there we go. 26 seconds, our best lap. What's that good for? 8th. That's not bad. That's like middle of the field. I mean, I'm not terrible. The hottest stars on the circuit will set the standards for the new year. Wow, getting you amped up. I hope you noticed that this fun tune that we get to listen to is not present in the qualifying lap. It's just the drone of the engine. All right. We're ready for this race. I think I'm ready. Okay, already crashing. Already getting knocked around. No warning. Get out of here. This is my position. So you see the indicator down there for my car. That's my damage. Everything's green so far. I already forget what all of it means. I mean, the tires are obvious, but the rest of it not so much. Does it tell me how many laps this is? Did it tell me? I didn't see. Oh, I'm on the infield. That's why I'm going slow. I didn't realize that. It's all right. We'll overtake this guy. He's slow. It's a little bit harder with other cars on the track. I mean, I'll give him kudos for trying to make this like as realistic as they could, maybe for this era. But you know, I don't know. This is kind of crude. I guess it's a little better than the racing games that came out, you know, prior to this one. But you know, you got the banking. The banking's kind of interesting, I guess. I'm not sure how many games incorporated that banking. It just makes me tilt my head to the left, like you see in my camera. Like I just always feel like I should be tilting my head to the left. I don't know. It's a little disorienting. It's a little disorienting to be vertical the whole time on a track that is literally banked 100% of the way around. The car is literally diagonal, even on the straightaways. I wonder if they'll all be like that after this race. We'll see. I don't know. See, I'm taking damage there. So purple is pretty much worn. Red is blown. So, I mean, I might have to try to do the pit right now. What do you guys think? You want to try to do the pit on the next go? Go back to last place? All right, I'm coming around. I'm braking. Is this not the one? Oh, I thought that was where the pit stop was. Okay, goodness. Now we're really losing time. There it is. We're going in. Going into the pits. Oh, I'm out. Oh, no, I biffed it. That's how you know you biffed it. You didn't do the pit stop right. You didn't time it right. Okay, we'll try again. I didn't push select. It wasn't me. I wasn't the one who raced out of those pits right after I got in. The game made me. Ooh. Come on now. I don't think I'm going... I think I'm going too fast. I think that's what it is. I think I'm going too fast when I get there. But I'm about to lose my tires here. My outside tires. So, I think, you know, our performance is clearly suffering. I'm all over the place here. I really need to get into this pit here. So I guess I'll just go real slow around this turn and then get into the pits. Shoot. Okay, so you gotta go. No. Wait, I did it wrong. Hold on. This guy, Jack, go. Jack it up, brother. Nope. Oh, shoot. Hold on. It's very stressful. Are you not the Jack guy? I gotta walk you over. Am I not in the right spot? Is it here? See what I mean? Okay, 28 seconds on this pit stop. Oh, I'm over this. What are you doing, dude? Come back. I'll bring him back. How do I jack up the car? Right? Because that's what I need to do. And I need to okay, we'll do the fuel first. Do the fuel first. Fuel me up. Fuel me up. That I can do. I know how to refuel. Okay, he's done. Jack. Maybe I have to refuel first. All right. You. No. I want to get that. Do I have to do all 4 tires? Can you? I want to do this. Oh, shoot. I jacked up the wrong side. All right, fine. We're doing all 4 tires. We're doing all 4 tires. No. Go. Do the tire, bro. Do the tire. How do I do the tire? Get it. Get that tire off. There he goes. All right. Get the new one on. Boom. All right. Next. What do you got? Get it. Okay, you go work on the engine. Give me some engine work. Oh, my engine's good. All right, drop it. Let go. We got to go to the other side, dude. I got one jackman. He's got to run over here. Great. Now you, over here. We need to get these tires. We're at 2 minutes. 2-minute pit stop, guys. Oh, no. Not what I meant. There he is. Go. Get it. 2 minutes, 15 seconds. Next. Go. All right, drop it. Where's the dude? Drop it. Let's go. Out. Oh, you mean I gotta let go? There. Out. Select. What do I need to do? I'm pushing select. There it is. Start. Maybe start. Guys, I'm still in 8th place. I didn't lose any positions. None. Still in 8th place. I got all new stuff. Alright, so, I've mentioned in the show my thoughts about this game. The little pit stop minigame is a lot of fun and frantic. However, driving around this racetrack is way too easy. There's no shifting. I'm not pushing any buttons most of the time. I come into the turn, I tap B to slow down. When I come out of the turn, I tap A. I don't push anything on the straightaways. There's no point. You never lose speed. Unless you crash into something or brake. So you don't really ever have to push buttons to get around the track. So there's that to consider. Then it would seem to me that no matter how many minutes, mind you, minutes it takes you to do a pit stop, you seem to always come out what position you were in when you started. So I don't know if just like everybody else is taking 3-minute pit stops, or what's going on. I mean, I'm not seeing any cars on the track here. I've been around a couple times. Could be they're all about to lap me. I don't know where the other cars went. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's not a big track, right? There should be a car here. Where's this car? I think honestly, and this sounds crazy, but I think once you get a position, once I obtain 8th place, and I don't know. I don't understand it. Maybe the only cars you'll ever see are the cars in front of you. And even if they're 8 laps in front of you because you just took a 4-minute pit stop, you're just going to race around the track indefinitely and never see anyone. I don't know. I don't know how they designed the game, the mechanics of the game. I mean, it's obviously not a very polished console game for the NES. Man, we're purple already. Well, good thing is...
Nice try, buddy.
Did I blow my tire or something? Or did I blow my engine? Does anybody know why I lost? Is there anyone in the chat who had this game? What happened there? Was my engine on fire? Because, my tires were purple. I could have pitted again. Did I finish in last place? I finished in 8th. Oh, that was just the end. That's all it was. I just finished the race in 8th place. Done. So on one hand, I guess, you don't have to be good at that pit stop. It's not going to hurt you that much. But on the other hand, I kind of wish it was more of a important part of this game because, like I said, it legitimately is the most fun thing to do. Like, I would go back into this game and pit on every lap just to see how fast I could navigate that whole pit scenario. Just because that mini game within the game is definitely the most fun part. But let's see, I'm in 8th place, so let's Tom Cruise on the motorcycle. It's Tom Cruise. It's Tom Cruise on the motorcycle, guys. I'm gonna go qualifying again, and yeah, another oval here. Does it even say what track this is? I mean, fine, whatever. It's a brown. Oh, they switched it out. The sky is gray and the track is brown now. That's impressive, guys. I'm glad you put the extra time and effort into making this track realistic. I wonder if you're supposed to like associate with you know, some of these regional tracks, right? Like, I don't know, is this Atlanta? Is that what the sky looks like? Purple clouds, gray. Is the track a different color? I don't know enough about NASCAR to know the nuances of each track. I mean, I know what some of them are. I know, like, I know Bristol. I mean, I'm here in Tennessee. I know Bristol, the paperclip. That's a fun track. I know Talladega, obviously, the like sort of oval with the crick in it, very fast. Most of the others are pretty much just ovals, right? Straightforward, not too crazy. What happened? Am I done? All right, this one's 30 laps long. I wonder if they tick up all the way through like 9 races. Holy crap, guys. What if that last race is like a legitimate 200 lap race and I gotta pit 56 times? And, you know, after the first time, I'm never gonna see another car. All right, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. How about it? For now, let's just focus on dominating this Cup Series here. This is a shorter track, so maybe 30 laps won't feel that crazy. I mean, it's nice to see some cars out here on the track with me. Wow, is my engine overheating? Is that what that yellow means in the middle? How did that happen? I'm not going that fast. Am I going fast? Am I pushing it? Dude, I can't. I lost my top speed because something with my engine happened here. That's as fast as I can make this car go. Guys, do I have to pit stop just to fix that engine? Alright, maybe we should. I can't go as fast as I want to go. And, you know, I got a need for speed. I'm cold trickle. Man, I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about pitting. I guess everybody else is going this speed too, so I'm not like at a huge disadvantage. Maybe I will just wait till everything's shot, until I start to lose positions, then I'll pit. But yeah, seriously, I'm slow. I'm slow in this race. Pushed it. I pushed it and I damaged my engine, guys. Somehow. I don't recall what I did differently, but I'm gonna run this guy off the track for sure. I don't want him passing me. Slipstream? Can I draft off of this guy? I'm gonna overtake him. Alright, my tires are purple. I may as well just go do everything, right? What do you guys think? I guess my fuel's kind of low too. Alright. Apparently there's like 30 cars in... Is that... too fast. I missed it. I guess I'm just gonna keep trying. There's only 2 banks in this track, so it's coming out of this one, isn't it? Coming out of this one, I gotta go real slow. Yeah. Too fast again. You guys are killing me. I gotta practically stop going into these. All right. Brutal. Here we go. Yeah, I'm still in 8th place. Nobody's passing me. Dude, pit. Let me pit. All right. Go. 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 Where do you do the engine work, dude? Come on, I need engine work. Is he fixing it? Why isn't he fixing it, guys? Alright, fine. Maybe he can't fix it while it's jacked up. I don't know. Fine. Maybe that's a thing. Maybe that's this thing I forgot to read in the manual. That's like a textbook. Go. Put it down, bud. You got one jack, man. I can't get a second jack, man. Gotta run around the damn car. Killing me here. No, 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 no. Switch back to the jack, man. He ain't done yet. Go for it. Now we go. Now we go. Now you. Now you. Now you. I mean, this is better than the last time, right? Like, I'm killing it this time. I mean, compared to the first attempt. Oh, I gotta go around the tire. Can't cut through there. I need fuel. Get the fuel. Come on now. Okay. I need to fix that engine, dude. Dude, how do I fix the engine? He's not doing it. He's not doing it. He's not fixing my engine. I need the engine fixed. What's up with this wrench guy? Alright, fine. Don't fix the engine. Just go. Just go. I don't have time for this. I'm still in 8th place, though. Even after that. Even after that pit stop. I feel like these cars should have lapped me like 4 times by now, considering how long I was in the pits for. But I might have to pause the game when we're ready to pit next and figure out how that engine repair works. Cause like I couldn't get the guy to do anything. He's just standing there with his wrench like a goof. What's this guy? This guy's fast. Running me off the track. Yep. Yep. Strange color, this one. The brown track. Oh no. I got passed again, but I'm still in 8th place, guys. Does that make you wonder? Does that make you wonder if something's wrong? Like, do you think that guy is like just lapping me? Is he like a... Do you think he's like he's in 1st place? All these people are just like lapping me? They're not... It's not like the 9th place guy passing me. You know, I don't know how you would know. What happens when I push select? I just pause it? What about... I mean, is there like any way I can tell who these cars are passing me? I can't. But I'm not losing places. I've never seemed to figure out how to lose a place. And that makes me wonder if maybe they are lapping me. Or maybe the folks who made this game were just like, oh, let's just program it so whatever place you get, you can't ever fall back from. I mean, I hope that's not the case. But until I fall to 9th place, I have to assume that is the case. All right, now my engine is purple. Okay, engine guy. Come on, you gotta do this for me, engine guy. I'm out. Pause. We're gonna go back into the pits after I figure out how to fix my engine. Back to the textbook. Back to the textbook, guys. I need a drink. All right. Engine repair. Okay, the right side of the car has to be jacked up for some reason. A button, B button. B button to select and move him. A button. He can only go to the corner. A button to stop him. On it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's get this engine fixed. We're on lap 21. I'm about to blow my engine. It's blown.
Nice try, buddy.
So I blew the engine. Is that what I'm to understand? Because it did say it was a 30 lap race. And we were definitely on lap 21 when that happened. But, oh no, I did blow the engine. I did blow the engine. DNF did not finish. Okay. All right. Well, now we know. Now we know. So there's some elements of complexity here. Let's go to the next race. It's all right. We didn't finish one, but you know we got time for a few more. Nick McIntyre, Jill Downing. Good for her, man. This is before its time. I don't think NASCAR had a female driver. Wasn't Danica the first one? That wasn't 90s. That was not 90s. All right, good. Jenny Taylor, Jill Downing. That's great. Good for them. If you guys watched our Wheel of Fortune episode, or not the Wheel of Fortune episode, the Captain Skyhawk episode, I thought it was kind of funny that when you get to the end of the game, it shows you like the high scoreboard, and it's got all these names entered in, and they're all male names. Disappointing. Got to get some female representation there. You know, girls play video games too. Fortunately, this game does have some female drivers, so that's good. I'm behind though. Oh no, a telegram. I was not expecting this. Oh, Trickle. Sponsor's angry at my poor performance. It's just the engine. Relax. If I knew how to get the wrench guy to do the thing in the pit, I would have been fine. Time trials with an average lap speed of 15 seconds. Harry wants me to do 15 seconds. Just have to do well in this time trial or lose your sponsorship. I assume the game's over if I lose the sponsorship, but I'm confident we'll do well in this time trial. What do you say, 15 seconds? I mean, if I don't have to worry about pitting, it's not that hard, is it? I mean, what? There's 13 seconds. Do I have to finish? Do I have to do 3 more laps? I mean, it's the wear. It's the wear on the machine. You know, once things get worn, you can't go as fast. 12.7, like, if I don't have to worry about any of that, like, as you can see, I don't. There's no, you know, no damage yet. I guess I haven't bumped into anything yet. Maybe I just need to be more careful not to bump into stuff in the game. In the real race, I mean. Oh, yep, hit some there. I mean, what's the big deal, sponsor? 12.7. Relax. Just relax. Cole's got it. Cole Trickle has it. Whew, average time of 13.1, no problem. All right, win some real racing. Ooh, Talladega. There's Tom Cruise pulling up on his bike. All right, going fast this time. I'm pumped. Ooh, pink sky for Talladega. The only differences between these tracks: the color of the sky, the color of the pavement. Are you gonna let me gun it the whole way? Or are you gonna make me? Oh, you are gonna make me brake. Okay, that's fine. I feel like I really feel like if this is Talladega, I shouldn't have to brake. If you ain't first, you're last. Come on now, Cole Trickle. So all you really got to do, guys, is tap a B when you go into these turns. And then gun it. Tap an A, you'll go full speed. Tap B, tap A, and you're out. Tap B, tap A, and you're out. I don't know if I'm doing that very quickly, but I'm trying to avoid the... Why am I trying to avoid the wall? This is qualifying, isn't it? Screw the walls, man. Gun it. Let's go. Let's go. Full speed. No braking. No braking in this turn. Oh, almost got it. It's Talladega. I shouldn't have to brake. I shouldn't have to brake at Talladega. That's all I'm saying. I hope they don't make me do like 50 laps of this. This is a long one. Although it will give me a chance to pit a whole bunch of times and figure out how to do that faster. Alright, what do we got? 26.6. Again, good enough for 8th place. I guess I'm consistent. I'm a consistent driver. We know that. yeah, let's just do it. Let's just get after it. I'm gonna be a little more careful, I think. Because I don't... Man, I don't... It's crowded here. I don't want to run into people. I don't want to have to pit 15 times in this race. Man, someone needs to keep an eye on my engine. I can't afford to blow another engine. Alright, I had to brake a little more than I wanted to that time. I really want that inside line. I gotta get past this guy. You know, don't you guys think this game would have been just like a little bit better if they played that awesome instead of just the drone of this engine? Like seriously, I am almost falling asleep. I mean, I've never played a game that required me to push fewer buttons than this game does. Is it that much to ask? But I mean, you wrote one tune for the game. Like just play it while I'm racing. Just put it in there over top of the engine drone. You know. Can't believe it got released without that. Cause like seriously, if I'm a kid playing this game, I'm just like, God, let me pit. Does anybody remember where the pit stop is? Is it on this turn here? It's not. It must be the next one. I'm gonna pit. I'm gonna pit and get tires. I know how to do the tires. I definitely know how to do the tires. Alright, you go. You go. Alright, you go. No. You go. 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 Get out of here. How do I get around these people? I gotta go around the front? Oh my god. Brutal. I have to remember that next time, guys. Go. You go. You're next. Go. You gotta line it up, too. If you're not lined up with the wheel, it goes... Meh, meh, meh. You go. 43-second pit stop. Alright, go. Drop it. Fuel. Give me fuel. Go. Go. Out. What is he doing? I'm not pushing anything. What's that guy doing? What is happening? Let me leave this pit. Holy cow. It's stressful, but it's fun. Alright guys, well here we are. We took a 42-second pit stop. Well, I don't remember what it was. It was probably worse than 42 seconds. Coincidentally, we're still in 8th place somehow, and we are never going to see another car again. Oh man. Yeah. Maybe we'll catch up to a car. Maybe it'll be easier. Oh man, I gotta be careful. I gotta stop doing that. Pink sky. I like to think it's like a sunset over Talladega, just that moment right before it dips below the horizon, you know, pink and purple clouds. It's good they put the extra effort in. Oh, there's a car. Holy crap, I've never seen another car. I did not think I would see another car after that pit stop. Every time I've done that in the past, I don't interact again with any other racers. For some reason, they just vanish from the track. Although I didn't lose a place, you'll notice that these guys are all passing me and I'm not losing a place. So I can only assume that these guys are lapping me. This is Rowdy Burns, my arch nemesis. Whew. Yeah. The only thing I can say is he must be lapping me. I'm trying to draft him, but I can't slingshot on the outside into the turn. Like, if he's going to have the inside of this track, I'm done. There's nothing I can do about it. Oh, man. Does anybody remember how many laps I have to do on this one? Because my engine just turned yellow. And I remember from last time, my engine blows, I'm screwed. Also, this is as fast as I can go right now. So if it wasn't slow before, it sure feels slow now. Good Lord. Good Lord, Cole. I mean, I barely hit anything. What happened to those tires? I'm going so slow around this track. How are these tires? Oh, man, I just got crushed. Got crushed from that guy. I don't know who this is. He passed me, but I didn't lose a place.
Try, buddy.
Did my tires blow? Is that what happened? That I didn't finish again? Alright, I guess I gotta... Did I run out of fuel? Is that what happened? Is that possible? I didn't even see what my fuel was. Oh, not good. Sponsor's angry again. I guess I gotta do 13 seconds. I mean, on the brown track for some reason. Are you gonna make me do qualifying for Talladega again? Is that what's gonna happen? All right, guys. I think the answer is to just pit every 3 laps. Take a 4-minute pit stop every 3 laps. Don't worry about it. You're not gonna lose any. You're not gonna lose any places ever. Is it over? Am I gonna lose it here? Because I gotta get an average of 13 seconds. I guess I gotta pay attention here if we want to keep this one going. I probably got an average of 13 there. Only the first one was bad. 12.9. Just in case. Just in time. Oh, now we're going to Dover. All right. Let's remember this time. Pit often. There are no consequences to a 4-minute pit stop. Ooh, blue track. I like it. It doesn't feel like Dover because I'm still going full speed the whole time, except for a very slight break into the turn and a very small acceleration out of it. Tap the B, tap the A, hit the left button every now and again to try to center yourself. Tap the B, tap the A. This might be my track, guys. Tap the B, tap the A. Ooh, tap the B a little too hard, I think. At least there's a longer lead up to the pits. I think I can hit it. I need to get some points. I need to get some points on the board, guys. I need to finish this next one. I would really like another drink. We'll take a minute. What is going on? The Monster Mile. Oh yeah, one of racing's most spectacular tracks. Love Dover. Dover's the paperclip. There's Bristol. Which one's the paperclip? I don't know. And we're off. Pit often. Pit stop, pit stop, pit stop. Oh, surprisingly, I'm in 8th place again. Like I said, I'm consistent. I'm consistently 8th. I don't really know what I could have possibly done differently to get more towards the front of this pack. Maybe it just always puts you in 8th. Yeah, it wouldn't even surprise me if, like, this game you're just always 8th. It really doesn't matter what you do. Ooh, 7th, past one guy. I told you, I think I got the hang of Bristol. I think this track suits me. That guy. What a jerk. Boxing me out, guys. How am I supposed to get by these guys? Not the outside. Now my engine's shot. We're almost shot. How's the fuel? The fuel's okay. I gotta pay attention to the fuel. I think it was probably the fuel. I think that's what's happening to me. I'm running out of fuel in these races. But I don't look over at that side because I'm so fixated on my car falling apart. I forget that there's fuel. Let me by. Let me by, brother. Here we go. 6th. I'm in 6th. All right. All right. Dover's my track. Monster Mile. I think I might like this outside line. Nope. I think I got this guy. I think I do. I'm in 5th. How'd he do that? Alright, he got me. He got me. I'll get him. Okay, I'm gonna pit. I'm gonna pit and get tires and fuel. Might go. Oh, I was too fast. Damn it. Alright, alright, alright. Alright, alright. I'm too fast again. I'm gonna run out of fuel again, guys. Alright, we're just gonna have to go real slow. Painfully slow through this turn. Brake. 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 What? How slow do I have to go here? I just gotta crawl? You'll notice a guy passed me there and I'm still in 8th. So basically what you... I think we've determined that what you qualify as, you can never fall below. Oh man, what a terrible game. Okay, do it. Go. Get it. Get it. I like the pit stop though. Oh, I can't get another guy started, it seems. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. All right, let's do that on the next side. Let's get one guy started while you're jacking it up. You're going to go. I'm going to hit you. I'm going to hit you and then I'm going to switch to oh, dang. Oh, I missed him. Missed him again. That's all right. That's all right. We're still killing it. And we cannot possibly finish lower than 8th place. So, we need to get that engine fixed, bro. It's jacked up. Get under there. Oh, he's got to get under there. That's why it's got to be jacked up. That makes sense. All right. Nope. Nope. Got to put it down before the fuel guy can go. I know that. That I read. That I read in the manual. Go. 102. That ain't bad. That ain't bad. I got everything fixed. I got all new tires, engine, full tank of gas. 102. You know, by NASCAR standards, maybe not so good, but by Days of Thunder NES, pretty impressive. If I don't say so myself. Let's see here. This guy that presumably lapped me, and I didn't lose a place. How much you want to bet if I pass any one of these people, I get 7th? Even though it doesn't make any sense because I should be losing positions every time someone gets by me, and I don't. That's screwed. I'm going to run into these people. It's easier that way. Anybody remember how many laps this one was? 20. We got 20 here. I think it's more than 20. push the limit. Days of Thunder. Boy, this is, you know, they bill this as like experiencing all the action in the movie. But man, I gotta tell you, do yourself a favor and just skip this game. Just go straight to the movie. The movie is fun. The movie's a winner. 1990, Days of Thunder, Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman, first movie together. It's got some other folks in it you might recognize. We'll get to some trivia. We'll get to some trivia in a minute. It'll be more fun than watching me race around this track, just looking at this fuel gauge. Literally unable to lose position, no matter what I do. No shifting required. Damage irrelevant because I can just go to the pit. I mean, really what it boils down to is this entire game is simply the qualifying, right? Because whatever you qualify for, you're never going to fall behind that position. So, I mean, just qualifying first and you'll win every race. So you just have to do the qualifying lap. I mean, this pit thing is fun, like just as a matter of testing your own personal best, right? Getting better at doing the pit stop, which it is a lot to like think about and control on the screen. But I think we were at 102 last time. I got a feeling we're not going to beat it, but I learned I can control two people at once, so that's how we're going to do it. Oh, come on, go. My engine's fine, so I'm just going to drop the guy and get the fuel. Go, get the fuel. What are you doing, dude? Go, 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 go. Out. 57 seconds. I think that might be a personal best to get 4 tires, full tank of gas. I mean, last time I had to fix an engine and it was only 102, so you'll notice I'm still in 8th place. I think that was the end. 25 laps.
Nice try, buddy.
At least I finished. Give me a break, man. I didn't run out of fuel that time. That's gotta be worth something. Jeez. I think we got time for one more race. Do I have points? Yeah, I got points. 142. What up? What up, Marty? Colin? Dro? I'm still going to be in last, though, guys. Because I definitely did not finish on 2 races. And apparently every one of these other cars finishes every race. They never run out of fuel. Why's the sponsor angry? Sponsor. You want me to do a time trial on the Dumb Brown track at 12.5 seconds. I can do Dover in 12.5. Is it Dover? It's not Dover. I don't think I can get an average of 12.5, but we'll see. I'll give it my best, guys. Might get fired. Might get fired here. Get it, get it, get it. Oof, that was a slow lap. Goodness gracious. I think that whole sponsor angry thing is like you get 3 chances. Each time he makes you do this silly little exercise, he lowers the time a little bit. So it's eventually just going to be impossible. I mean, I don't know. I'm going as fast as the car can go, like literally maxed out with the exception of 1 brake tap into the turn. Yeah, I don't think we got it. All right, what happens now? You gonna fire me? Last straw, Trickle. Average time of 12.9. Unacceptable. Not competitive. You are fired. Harry. Give me a break, Harry. You gotta get me a better car, Harry. That's what this comes down to. It ain't me. It's the car. The car ain't fast enough, Harry. I got news for you. It ain't the driver. Alright? Goodness. That's your game. That's Days of Thunder. It's a game in the NES library. It's a great movie. It's an interesting game. I mean, you know, it has its moments. Like I said, the pit stop's kind of fun. I mean, any of you who were able to beat this game as a kid, man, pop something in the chat. post something. Let us know. I'm sure I could probably YouTube some Days of Thunder videos and find some people who have figured out precisely what to do to get first on every qualifying race. But like I mentioned before, like I don't know, man. You just kind of it feels like the code is broken. Like here's what I would want to test. I figure out how to get first in a qualifying race, which I'm not even sure if that's possible. It's probably not even possible intentionally, right? But if I had first in the qualifying race, I would try to get around the track one lap in first and just go right to pit. Because from what I've seen, whenever you come out of pit, whatever position you had from qualifying or from going into pit, you just retain. I mean, cars are flying by me the whole race after my first pit stop, and I don't lose position ever. So, I think that's probably some crappy game programming, but I could be wrong. I don't know enough about this game. I'm definitely not an expert. This is a first time playthrough for me, so yeah, let us know if you had this game, if you love this game, if you have fond memories of playing this game. I'd love to hear from you. I didn't hate it. But it's one of those games that it's a movie tie-in. What do you want? Could have used a little more polish, of course, but they were all kind of rushed, and they all kind of seemed to be thrown together last minute. You slap a movie license on there, and it sells a bunch of copies. You crush a bunch of kids' dreams. Those kids sat there, right? Kids sit there and like Thanksgiving break, going through the old catalogs, because that's what we did. We went through catalogs, paper, big magazines, right? You go through catalogs, you get to the video games section, you got them advertising maybe like 20, 30 video games for this NES console, and Santa's only going to get you one. So you spend all that Thanksgiving break trying to decide which of these 20 games do I want. Super Mario 2? Do I want to try to get, a Castlevania? What about these weird shooter games like Abadox, maybe Gradius? Oh, what about Where in Time is Carmen Sandiego? Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego? Your parents will like that. Cross that one off the list. It'd be fun. I saw that movie, that racing movie. I love NASCAR. When you finally decide, like, I'm going to ask Santa for Days of Thunder instead of any other game, and then, this is what these developers give you. Shame. For shame. Because, I mean, this game, the 6-year-old me would get about 2 hours of playing out of this game. I probably wouldn't touch it again. I would probably revisit it, from age 6 to age, 10, maybe one time out of every year. I would think to myself, oh, remember Days of Thunder? Maybe I should give that game another shot. And then I would play it, and I would be like, nope, I've seen enough. I'm good. But, you win some, you lose some. We do intend to eventually cover every single game in the NES library, and there will be more duds like this one. But I'm going to play them anyway, and I'm going to try to entertain you all as I do. With that said, we are going to be back with some bar trivia, one of my favorite segments of the NES Happy Hour. So I definitely encourage you to get a refill on your drink, take a little bathroom break, do what you got to do, get back here in about 3 minutes. We'll queue up the bar trivia. We'll talk a little bit about Days of Thunder and have some fun trivia questions, and then we'll leave you go for the weekend. So thank you. We'll see you back here in 3. All right, thanks for joining us back here on the NES Happy Hour with Fitz and Master G. Hope you guys had fun watching me play Days of Thunder, the NES game. It was fun to do. We're going to get into our final segment, the bar trivia segment. Cue that up for you. NES Happy Hour with Fitz and Master G, bar trivia, Days of Thunder edition. All right, as you know, if you've watched our show before, I do come up with 5 trivia questions from scouring the internet that may or may not have something to do with the game that we played today. I do like to keep with the happy hour theme and the bar theme. I like to relax after a long day at work, playing some Nintendo games, learning some new things, maybe having a happy hour drink. So that's what we do here. We have 5 questions prepared. There are no prizes. There are no contestants. This is all just for you at home and for me to entertain you. So, question number 1. Actor Michael Rooker plays the role of Rowdy Burns, the arch rival of Tom Cruise's Cole Trickle in the Days of Thunder film. Which movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe also features Michael Rooker? Is it A, Captain America, B, Thor, C, Doctor Strange, or D, Guardians of the Galaxy? You have 10 seconds. The clock starts now. And if you guessed D, Guardians of the Galaxy, you are correct. Does anybody know, playing at home, which character he is in Guardians of the Galaxy? It might be a little tough to spot him in that movie, considering how much makeup he has to wear. In Guardians of the Galaxy, he is, of course, Yondu, the blue bounty hunter guy that Star Fox was adopted by, essentially. That's Michael Rooker. A young Michael Rooker is featured in the movie Days of Thunder, released in 1990, I believe, as Tom Cruise's nemesis. I believe they do become friends and respect one another by the end of that film. But, Tom Cruise isn't the only name in that movie. Michael Rooker's had a career for himself as well. He's definitely one of those guys that, like, you always recognize him, but you can never seem to remember, like, where from. I don't know. I always feel that way about him, but in Guardians of the Galaxy, it's certainly acceptable because he is very, very blue. Tons of blue makeup in that movie, so you might not have known that. All right, question number 2. Days of Thunder was the first of 3 films to feature both Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman on screen. And if you know anything about Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman, they have had a history. Which were the other 2 films that featured Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman together on screen besides Days of Thunder? I'm not going to give you any multiple choice for this one. I think, I don't know. I don't know how hard this one was, but I'm not going to give you multiple choice anyway. You have 10 seconds. Think about it. Try not to Google it until you give up, and the clock starts now. And those other 2 films were Far and Away and Eyes Wide Shut. So probably more people would have known Eyes Wide Shut. I think that's probably more part of, like, the pop culture canon. There's probably more references or parodies or just generally, things from that movie or about that movie. Far and Away was a kind of a strange one. It was like it had a very sweeping cinematic score. I think John Williams did the score for that one. They're young Irish immigrants that come to America, I believe, in Far and Away and try to make a life for themselves. I mean, I think it's a good movie. I've definitely seen Far and Away. I'm sure I've seen Eyes Wide Shut, but I'm sure it wasn't. I don't know. I don't remember Eyes Wide Shut, but I know all of the references somehow. Do you ever get that way? Like you've seen pop culture references to a movie from the 90s so many times in so many forms that you feel like, oh yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, that movie, of course. But then you try to remember the last time you've seen that movie and you're like, I don't actually know if I ever had. But yeah, those were the 2 movies featuring Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman back there in the 90s. All right. Question number 3. Whoops. All right, question number 3. Chevrolet cars, like the ones featured in Days of Thunder, that's right. Cole Trickle is a racer recruited by a Chevy dealer to make Chevy look good in NASCAR, in the Stock Cup series in the movie. Chevy cars have won the most Daytona 500 races in the NASCAR Cup Series, including the one in the film Days of Thunder. Which Chevy model has never won a Daytona 500? Was that the Corvette C3, the Monte Carlo SS, the Chevelle Laguna, or the Camaro ZL1 1LE? 10 seconds. The clock starts now. This one might have tricked you up a little bit, and I believe the answer is A, the Corvette C3. So yeah, believe it or not, I do not, from my research, I do not believe the Corvettes ever ran a Daytona 500 or won one. The reason being, I think, is because of the shape of that car and the measurements, the wheelbase, the engine. You know how they kind of have that stretched out front. So in NASCAR, you know, the rules are very strict about the specifications of your car. And I think the Corvettes have always been sort of excluded based on the design of the car itself. It doesn't meet the requirements for NASCAR. The Monte Carlo SS, that's an old one. I think that was primarily raced through the 70s and probably some of the 80s as well. The Chevelle Laguna was early on in NASCAR. You know, when Chevy was racing, that they had a couple drivers that won in Chevelles. And of course, the Camaro, I believe, is what they race today, as of the taping of this show. So you know, any current drivers for Chevy are driving that car in NASCAR races, but the Corvette, no. And question number 4. NASCAR race cars are known to feature sponsor decals prominently all over the cars. Which of the following real-life NASCAR sponsors was featured on the fictional number 51 car driven by Cole Trickle in Days of Thunder? Now, I will give you one hint for this because you may not remember the movie. The colors in the game for my car that I raced match pretty closely the colors of this sponsor. Is it A, Mountain Dew? Is it B, Mellow Yellow? Is it C, Sunny D? Or is it D, Folgers? You have 10 seconds and the clock starts now. And the answer is B. The Mellow Yellow number 51 car did end up becoming an actual real NASCAR sponsor. And I believe what I read when I was doing this research is that it came after the movie. People love this movie because it's a lot of fun. It's not too serious. It's a great little film from early 90s. I think after the movie came out and Mellow Yellow was featured as the sponsorship for the car in the movie, people loved it. You know, it had that like black, yellow, neon green look to it. It looked real mean, and I think they ended up just actually sponsoring a driver in the early 90s. I'm fairly confident they don't sponsor any drivers today, but you know, you guys know more about NASCAR than me if you tuned in for this show just because it was based on a stock car racing movie. You would know. I don't know. Is Mellow Yellow sponsoring anyone today? I know they did in the 90s. And let's go to our 5th and final question in today's Bar Trivia Days of Thunder edition. The cinematic score for Days of Thunder was composed by Hans Zimmer, believe it or not. Very well-known movie composer. I think he was the guy that did Gladiator. I think he won awards for that. He also did the cinematic score for Days of Thunder. And it featured which English rock guitarist? Prominently, may I add, in almost every piece of the score. A, was it Jimmy Page? B, was it Eric Clapton? C, was it Jeff Beck? Or D, Pete Townsend? 10 seconds. The clock starts now. And the answer is C, Jeff Beck. All over the cinematic score for this movie. He worked in all kinds of just wailing electric guitar solos. You have to remember, like, this was 1990. We were just coming out of the 80s. There was tons of, like, glam rock, hair metal, rock and roll, all that sort of thing. You know, Sunset Strip, LA. People were jamming. But he got Jeff Beck to play on the cinematic score all throughout it. So, you know, that was a welcome change because a lot of this stuff was a little saxophone heavy in that era. We got to hear Jeff Beck wail on the guitar a lot. And, interestingly enough, the movie also features a lot of popular music that's not, Beck playing, but it has like rock music from the era all throughout the movie. But the cinematic score itself, a lot of good guitar music. If you're a Jeff Beck fan, you'll love it. That's all we have for today. Thank you for joining us for the NES Happy Hour with Fitz and Master G. Thanks for playing Bar Trivia, Days of Thunder edition. We hope you tune in again to watch us. We have prepared a bunch of episodes for Season 1, but if you want us to come back for Season 2, we would really like you to follow us on Twitch. You can do so by tuning into our Twitch channel. Look us up, Fitz and Master G. Click the little purple heart button, follow button. Give us a follow. It'll really help us out on our path to becoming Twitch affiliates. You can also follow Fitz, my co-host. He's a tiny little Boston Terrier, about 5 months old. Adorable pics all over Instagram. If you want to check them out, you can follow him at fitz.forfitzgerald. If you want to follow us on Twitter and get regular updates about when the show's going live and what's coming up for the next day, you'll want to follow us on Twitter. We do post those the day before every show and when we go live. It is at HeyMasterG on Twitter. And of course, if nothing else, tune into our website, www.fitzandmasterg. We got some great merch. You can follow the videos we're going to post in YouTube soon. You can drop us a line in an email form. Contact us. Let us know what you think of the show. If you have ideas, if you want to participate, if you have comments, whatever you want to do. The website's there. It's a great forum for you guys to join. And we'd love to see you join us live on our next Twitch show. We'd love to see you join us in the chat. Let us know what you think. So with that said, I think I'm going to let you go for the day. I hope you guys all had a great week. I hope you all have a nice weekend. We'll see you next time. Thank you.
Start your